I was watching this. You could kind of tell whether these people are gamers or not gamers. If you go, what's your favorite video game? And they're like, dun, 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 I played a video game like 20 years ago. They're not a gamer. If they say Red Dead Redemption 2, and then they go on an anecdote about how they went on a side quest, and they couldn't find the NPC, but then they had some IRL stuff like encroach on their gaming time, and they had analysis paralysis of, should I take care of this vitally important IRL thing or should I keep continuing the video game? That's a gamer. So, yeah, Pac-Man. Pac-Man's my favorite game. Not a gamer. Involved anecdote involving something like Ocarina of Time, a gamer. Okay, so let's see. Gamers or not gamers based off of that criteria?
Pitfall. Oh, yeah. It's like Atari.
Not a gamer. Not a gamer. It's 2026. Pitfall. Dude, when this game came out... Wait a second. What's going on here? The stupid phone. Okay, here it is. When this game came out, you know what's actually very strange about his answer? When this game came out, it's astounding that someone would say Pitfall. I don't think I met anybody that thought Pitfall was their favorite game when the Atari was the biggest thing for consoles. Pre-Nintendo, it was Atari. In fact, a lot of times you could credit Nintendo for the genesis of consoles in people's homes as we know it. But honestly, Atari was there first. Atari didn't do it as well, though. Nintendo did it better. And I'll actually use Pitfall as an example of why Nintendo did it better. Many Atari games, as in all Atari games, were unplayable crap, including Pitfall. I'm sorry, dude, the E.T., what in pre-pixelated nightmare land was that, and what were you supposed to be doing? Most of the graphics and what you were doing on the screen was actually incoherent. It would be like blocks, and you would move that weird Atari joystick, that like stick with a red button, and blocks would hit on blocks, and then blocks would move around, and then blocks would hit blocks, and then circular blobs would hit the blocks, and then it would say game over, and you had absolutely no idea what was going on. So this guy says Pitfall. This guy hasn't played games since 1989. Christopher Walken hasn't killed anybody in True Romance since 1984. I think that's the last time Ryan Gosling played video games. Pitfall.
Do you have a favorite?
Those were alligators? I thought it was 3 giant black spots on the screen that the animation was the 3 giant black spots would become 5 giant black spots, and 1 black spot was above the 4 other black spots. I guess that was the animation for the alligator opening its mouth.
Video game of all time.
Oh, hell yes. It's Zelda Breath of the Wild. Not to be outdone by Tears of the Kingdom.
Okay, that is a gamer. How do you know? Because it's a recent game, and when you use your gamer brain and you've actually experienced the games, you realize that isn't some kind of that isn't some opinion or answer that he's trying to please somebody. Look at the way that he answers it. It was an incredibly good Zelda game. The Zelda game was so good. I played it. It was so good. I can't tell you it's my favorite Zelda game. I can't tell you that it's not my favorite Zelda game. I can't tell you if someone said it was their favorite game of all time. I could believe it, how engrossing it was. and it had a system to it that the adventure and the climbing and all that was so engrossing that I could see somebody really, really, really getting that game's hooks, not hook shot, but hook into them. Or yeah, literally hook shot, shooting them and then reeling them right in, like the hook shot used that Doom Mountain. Like Brendan Fraser is a gamer. Ryan Gosling, not a gamer. Are you saying he wasn't a gamer when Pitfall was out? Like, obviously, Ryan Gosling doesn't want to be like, I'm too cool for video games, because he's looking like, what's that guy's name that died of a car accident? The famous photo of him with his legs crossed and the pout look on his face with the cigarette, James Dean. Because he looks like a modern day James Dean, and you know he's too cool for the video games, but he can't say so. So he just cites the one game that he played the most. Is it even his quote unquote favorite game? So Ryan Gosling, not a gamer. Brendan Fraser, obviously a fucking gamer. Like that answer, you could tell he got super hooked.
Kingdom.
I didn't know.
And by the way, if anybody knows how to get more bomb flowers,
You have a favorite video game? of all
See,
time?
dude, he's talking to the fans. He's literally talking to the fans. He's looking at the group of people out there, meaning us, and saying, bomb flowers, am I right? With a big question mark and a shrug.
I got Tomb Raider.
Kingdom Hearts.
I don't think that she's a gamer. Because, well, you know what's weird though? Some of this is the editing, right? So did she keep talking?
You have a favorite video game of all time? Did you have
Oh my god, Tomb Raider.
Kingdom.
I don't know. I can't make an answer on that because I don't know when they cut it off. Tomb Raider could be a generic thing like woman power, generic like pseudo-feminist answer, but genuinely she could have played a lot of freaking Tomb Raider and loved the series and has a tattoo of Lara Croft on the small of her back. I'm not sure.
Kingdom Hearts.
I played a lot of Wii.
You know, I wish, oh, dude, the way that it's edited, I wish I had a less edited version, because if they followed up, if it got edited on the cutting room floor, you know what I mean? Like the Ryan Gosling one was clear because he's like, yeah, fucking gators, man. He's like fucking gators, like Nicolas Cage is like fucking hangers. Yeah, I don't feel it. He's basically like Pitfall from 30 years ago. There were alligators. By the way, as I said, if anybody mentions an Atari game, this is a rule. This is a rule for this, and I think that it's actually a very usable rule for not a gamer. If anybody says that an Atari game is their favorite game of all time, they're not a gamer. And you can say, well, you know, video game taste is subjective, you know, yada, yada, yada. There are actually no games that came out on the Atari that any living, breathing, sentient person would value more than a game they played later. And if they didn't play a game later, guess what? They're not a gamer. Like, there are the Walking Dead game that came out recently, that one where you can have alternative timelines, where he's like, more ammo is always welcome, more ammo is always welcome, more ammo is always welcome. That fucking game is 20 zillion with a capital Z times better than fucking Pitfall, dude. The Atari has become so antiquated, dude. So if you ask what was your favorite game and they say something from the Atari, that answer is actually, that's the last time I played video games. Okay? That's what they're saying there. So Brendan Fraser saying Breath of the Wild, that game was a breath of fresh air. And that game, honestly, I would believe somebody, not only they said that it's their favorite Zelda game because it was so well made, I would believe somebody if it was their favorite game because that game is that good that it constitutes being on that kind of list.
Sports. I like the.
Not a gamer, dude. The Wii got big. The Wii got big. And every household had a Wii. It became not just a household product, a household name. I mean, the shit was referenced on True Blood, the HBO paranormal romance show. It was referenced on. It became like a catchphrase. So that she's saying Wii Sports, very similar to Pitfall. But remember, she's much younger than Ryan Gosling. So the last time she played games is probably around the time that the Wii was big with Wii Sports. This is not a
Guitar
gamer.
Hero.
The most.
Guitar Hero and Wii Sports. So the big trending game that was in everybody's household and everybody played at least once, probably played 20, 30 minutes, said, yeah, that was really fun, went on with life. Not a gamer. So, Ryan Gosling, Pitfall, not a gamer. Brendan Fraser, Breath of the Wild, his answer about needing more of those bomber plants, definitely a gamer. Did you see the way that he lit up? Did you see the way that Brendan Fraser look? This is how you know he's a gamer. Check out his body posture and his facial expression
favorite
in
video
this.
game of all time?
Oh, hell yes. It's
Yeah, you see that? Oh, hell yes. And look at the locking in, dude. Look at this. It's almost like he's having Ganon PTSD. It's like he just had a residual memory from facing Ganon. Look at that, dude.
Zelda Breath of the Wild. Not to be outdone by Tears of the Kingdom.
I didn't
And
know
by the way, if anybody knows how to get
Hey,
Yeah,
I like Death Stranding
okay.
2.
Last of Us.
Yeah, what's your favorite game? Well, I'm promoting a game. Yeah, dude. Not a gamer. Is she in Last of Us too?
I'm in Death Stranding 2.
Last of Us.
Yeah, I got it. You gotta go.
You've got some
Oh, what is that? Was she promoting Last of Us?
gamer cred.
Okay, this person pisses people off, right? I think this person with the short hair and glasses, this female, I think she pisses off anti-woke community or something. I don't know. I just have it on my peripheral. I've seen one of those anti-woke dudes show a picture of her and be like, and then she exists. And I know I have given a name to my pain. It's short-haired, lesbian-looking. She's probably lesbian, right? Harry Potter glass female. As an anti-woke mayor, sometimes I'll find myself grinding my teeth to serious dental problems, and I'll say it's because of her.
Thanks to Beyond Two Souls.
I think she ticks people off. I'm not sure. The anti-woke people, I think, froth at the mouth at her, and I don't understand. It's probably the way she looks, honestly.
we should say that. Is gaming part of your life at all?
I like Mario Odyssey and
Mario? Mario! Hey, listen. I got a good one, dude. I got a good one where she's not a gamer. I can tell you where she's not a gamer. And she probably got Mario Odyssey from like her nephew or something, had her play with it for 20 minutes. Mario! What red-blooded gamer, what gamer calls Mario? You know what? I'm smoking her out for being a non-gamer in the same way in Glorious Bastards, where the Nazi guy could tell that that English guy was a spy for the English government because of the way that he ordered his drinks. The way that he said 3, his thumb was in a locale over his hand that wasn't in a locale over the hand of a German doing the number 3 with your hand. Mario, you don't play Mario, dude. There is no one. I don't care if Mario is Italian pronunciation for the name Mario. This isn't Mario. This isn't an Italian name. Yo. Mario, dude. Mario is such a tip off that she's not a gamer, because I don't know about the Italian pronunciation, but gamers say Mario. So very similarly that the Nazi could tell that that guy wasn't German and he was English by the way he ordered his drinks, she is not a gamer. So what do we have here? Ryan Gosling, not a gamer. I don't know if you were here for the Ryan Gosling one, Shazam, but he said Pitfall. And I have a rule that I've established off of this gamer or not gamer. If anybody says an Atari game, they're by default a not gamer, because the Atari, people talk about game slop right now or AAA games. They don't put effort in. My God, dude, they're like building the fucking pyramids every day right now compared to the shovels and shovels of crap that they made on the Atari. People don't know how good it is. People don't know how good it is. People say, oh, these AAA studios release a game half-baked. They rip us off. You've never suffered Atari, dude. You've never sat down and tried to enjoy the Atari home console system, have you? You don't understand. These game developers these days, the product that seems half-baked to you, at least they bothered putting it in the oven. You don't understand how bad those freaking Atari games were. You do not understand it. You did not live through a time where it looked like there was going to be no more home consoles, and Atari almost single-handedly atom bombed the entire home console ecosystem, because of their games were so shit, people wanted to go to the arcade and play an actual game. So people don't understand that. But cut some of these, cut Blizzard some slack. Okay, I don't have to say cut Capcom some slack, because everybody loves Capcom right now. But cut Behavior some slack. You know Behavior that makes Dead by Daylight? That is absolute cinema. That is Mammon from the sky compared to the Atari crap. So if anybody, and this is my point, if anybody says their favorite game is from Atari, what they're actually saying, it's the last time they bothered playing a video game, because it's impossible in 2020s to be a gamer, and it's impossible to say that an Atari game is your favorite game, because it is, honest to God, it is Jurassic Park-sized dookie. You know the movie Jurassic Park? Remember when they're all marveling and they're all salivating over giant dino crap? That giant dino crap, actually look closer. You see that? It's all of the software on the Atari. If you say an Atari game is your favorite game, you're not a gamer.
Super Mario Brothers 1, I would say, the first one.
Mario.
Not a gamer. And you'd say, well, wait, Mario was a good game. Mario was a good game. This isn't my Atari rule. This is a different rule. Mario was the first game that everybody became socially obsessed with, like to the point where it became almost quasi-religious, especially if you were a child at the time. So in the 80s, when Nintendo came out and Mario became a craze, there was no other video game that could hold a candle to the craze. Pac-Man was a household name. People knew what Pac-Man was, but Mario became a religion. Mario became something that you lit candles to. Your neighbors had a Nintendo with Mario. Can I come over and see it? It was almost like, it really was almost divinity. There was a period of time where Mario was the thing. So a non-gamer is going to harken back to when they journeyed to their friend's house like a freaking hobbit going to Mordor, and then stared at the screen and could not believe how good a video game could be. So it's not the Atari rule. This is the rule of, if you just say Mario and leave it at that, you're not a gamer, because similarly to Atari, but this game was actually good, unlike Atari. It's also very antiquated though. So if you kept playing video games over the years, you're not actually going to be saying Mario. You might say Mario 3 because that was peaked. You might say Super Mario. Well, you might even say Odyssey. But you said, well, somebody said Odyssey and you called them a fake gamer. They said Mario Odyssey, dude. That is no Mario player. And like I said, I don't care the pronunciation in Italian. I don't care. A Mario player calls it Mario, dude. Truly. There ain't no Mario player on God's green video game playing earth that says Mario. Fuck no. I just know that.
Brothers?
I was like a Mario Brothers 90s kid.
Nope. Not well, she basically denoted it. She played it in the 90s as a kid, like I said, as everyone has. Mario 1 is your favorite game is a really good way to tell someone's not a gamer because it was such a social craze. They're going to think video game, what did I like? I'll go back. Yeah, I liked it because everybody else liked it, but honestly, shrug on video games. That would be the answer for that type of person.
Metal Gear Solid.
Probably GoldenEye from...
I want to say, for how old that guy is, that he said Metal Gear Solid, I think he's... For Del Toro's age, he didn't say Pac-Man. He didn't say Space Invaders. He didn't say E.T. on the Atari. He didn't say Mario. He didn't say Zelda 1. He said Metal Gear Solid. And by the way, this is where I'm saying I think that he's a gamer. Isn't this something that would be aligned with his psychology? Because Kojima, wait a second. This guy worked on a Kojima. Wait. No. I might have to back this the fuck up. Didn't this guy work on a Kojima game? If he did, this might be a fake gamer. You could say, well, why is that? Well, because he's plugging his friend's shit. Let me see. Del Toro Kojima. That's actually, no. He's plugging his butt, fake gamer.
Favorite video game of all time.
He's a fake gamer.
Any form of Mario.
Because a true gamer would truly...
Civilization. I played Silver's.
That was a real gamer.
Donkey Kong Country.
Okay. What's his name? I almost wanted to say what's his name from DVD. What's his name from DVD? Steve Harrington from Stranger Things. Fucking that answer? He is a gamer, dude.
Gear Solid.
No, he's...
GoldenEye from Nintendo 64.
GoldenEye.
Okay, they're young enough that GoldenEye, and I'm being serious here, GoldenEye is the Mario if you're young enough. If you're old enough, if you're an Xer, Mario was the social craze where you went to people's home. If you're a little younger of a person, you remember going to people's homes. And before they had these first-person shooters, competitive games like Call of Duty Online, there was you go to somebody's house and you hook up the 4 N64 controllers and they had a 4-way split screen on the TV and you would play GoldenEye, okay? You would play GoldenEye on a 4-way split screen, and let me tell you something, dude. It was freaking pure cinema. It was pure, oh my God, it was beautiful, dude. I still have memories of it. There was what was his last name? I'm just going to refer to him as C. His first name was C. C was such a god tier gamer. I mean, God knows the guy needed a dentist and a haircut, but holy crap, could this dude game? And man, there was games I was so close to getting this guy, but if I remember right, no one was close to getting this guy playing GoldenEye. Okay, so what I'm saying here is GoldenEye might be similar to Mario 1 being your answer of what's your favorite game. If you're young enough, there was a craze where people would go to each other's house and play four-way GoldenEye, and it was a social thing. People no longer go to people's homes to play games. GoldenEye might have been the last one. So if they say GoldenEye, that might be a not gamer.
N64.
Donkey Kong Country for Super Nintendo.
Not a gamer. For honestly, for all the reasons that I've kind of stated. There are some real go-to video games where a non-gamer would be like, yeah, I don't play video games, but let me think. Favorite video game? Well, I remember in 1995, I remember having a sleepover with the girls, and my friend's brother had a console, and he was in band camp, so we all played Donkey Kong that night. Yeah, Donkey Kong. Not a gamer. That is a non-gamer answer. It does become difficult, though, because these games are so good. It does become difficult to tell because the games are so freaking good that it is possible that one of these games could be someone's favorite game. But quite frequently, it's non-gamers citing a game that they're, you know what I mean? That they're not a gamer, just one that like popped out to them the infrequent amount of time that they did play games. Okay.
Mario Kart.
I will say Mario Kart.
Any form of Mario, Mario Kart, and Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot.
Pokemon Silver's on there though too.
Pokemon Red, the Ocarina of Time, and then Civilization.
Okay. Okay. Steve Harrington is a great example to me about who I perceive as a gamer, but he did do an answer. He said Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time could theoretically be a non-gamer's pick because how big that game became at the time it came out. However, Pokemon with a color assignment and Civilization, there is no non-gamer on the fucking planet that would say Civilization. Now, he also said Ocarina, which is also, like I said, there's overlap if you look at a Venn diagram. I'm not a gamer, but I cited a great game. I'm a gamer and I love great games. Somewhere in the middle, they could answer the same game. But there is no Venn diagram where Civilization comes up with a non-gamer on a Venn diagram. There's nowhere on the fucking planet. And he said a Pokemon game. What did he say? Red? Oh my God. What was this out on? Is this GBA? Oh my God, dude. There is no fucking way Steve Harrington is not a gamer. Like, he's a good actor, but you do not have the information coded in your brain to give answers like that without being a gamer.
The Ocarina of Time, and then Civilization.
I played World of Warcraft pretty hard.
Winona Ryder has never.
Okay, gamer or not a gamer, I believe that because World of Warcraft hooked in a lot of people. Okay, bear with me here. He's not a gamer. Yes, he did play World of Warcraft very hard, but think of the way he said that. I play World of Warcraft pretty hard, meaning at one point he got sucked into the social craze of World of Warcraft. There was a social craze. It was very similar to Wii Fit with Elle Fanning. It was very similar to Atari, Ryan Gosling. It was very similar to Mario, which became almost a religion for a period of time, like the other people stated Mario. So World of Warcraft at one point was a huge social craze, and I'm sure he played it for a while. He's a non-gamer. The way he answered it and the game he answered.
Never played a video game in her life. I can't imagine.
Winona, come on! No, that's...
And by the way, I would say too, it's a very non-gamer answer because I think gamers understand this. Tell me if you're a gamer. Now, think closely. At first, you might reject this statement, but think about this statement. There's something very different about World of Warcraft and a quote-unquote game. I know World of Warcraft is a game. I understand that. There is something about it though, where your brain doesn't first go to that as being a game, like your favorite game. There's features about World of Warcraft. There's something psychological you have playing it, being involved in it, thinking of it as a phenomenon that feels qualitatively much different than any other video game, where I don't think that's where your brain would go to when describing your favorite game.
It's not gonna happen.
What's your favorite video game of all time?
It's a tie between the original Super Mario Brothers or the original Zelda on Nintendo.
Not a gamer. Look at how old. I said it too. Zelda would be one of those answers where somebody that doesn't play games would go, yeah, Mario was big. Yeah, Mario, I loved it. And I'm sure he had fun playing it. He's just not a gamer. Mario specifically, he probably had fun. But there wasn't something about the activity of playing games that drew him in so hard that he continually had high quality entertainment through hours of involving himself in that medium. Brendan Fraser, gamer. The way that he said, oh man, his face lit up. Did you see that? His face lit up, oh man, Zelda Breath of the Wild. And then he starts going on a thing about the bomb plants.
All Nintendo.
I was gonna say, you don't want to go Sega. You don't want to lose your
Yeah,
gig.
no.
That's too important.
Maybe Street Fighter 2. Maybe.
And Street Fighter 2 is very similar to those titles. Oh, Street Fighter 2, by the way, that was another. I said that GoldenEye was a very special moment in gaming for very similar reasons that before GoldenEye, there was Street Fighter 2. They had very similar features and very similar reasons for why they were so special in the gaming era that they came out in. If you could have memories of playing with friends with those games it was just so exciting to be able to play with your friends in the house and compete against each other. You know, I have funny memories of my extremely obese, overweight friend in his basement with his older brother, and his older brother kept cheesing leg sweeps in the corner in Street Fighter 2. And my extremely overweight, obese friend just freaking lost it, dude. He lost it like the baby with the cigar from Roger Rabbit, dude. He just blew a gasket. Because remember that? Oh my God, it's actually some of the nostalgia. It's how people would actually lose their freaking bananas over the video games, dude. Throw a control. I got beamed, you know, like a foul ball in baseball. I got beamed in the head with a controller one time playing Bloody Roar against a friend. Oh my God, that is good times. So a non-gamer will answer something like Street Fighter 2 because those games were like black holes of entertainment where you would get sucked into it if you had any friends at all. You would get sucked into the vortex of those games because they were so popular.
Games like Red Dead Redemption.
Probably Grand Theft Auto.
I don't know. He could have been saying Metal Gear Solid for his man Kojima. The Red Dead Redemption, that is close enough to what everybody says is a great game these days. I think Del Toro is sus. I don't think he's a gamer.
Yeah.
The Sims.
Oh, okay.
Not a gamer.
I was a huge Sims fan.
No, very similarly to where the cop guy from Stranger Things said, wow, she's not a gamer.
I really enjoyed those two Jedi games. Is it Fallen Order and I can't remember the name of the other one.
What's your favorite name? I can't remember the name. Yeah, dude. What's your favorite video game? I think it had Star Wars some in the title. Not a gamer. Big NOT, dude. We need an acronym for not. That is so not a gamer. Like never overtimed Tetris. Never overtimed Tetris. And we all know what overtimed Tetris is. Overplayed. Never overplayed Tetris. This guy is a never overplayed Tetris guy. He is not a gamer.
I played both of those to completion.
Now you just set the internet on fire of casting you as a Jedi. You know what you just did. You know what you did.
Oh God, how
One that
obnoxious.
I'm really good
Okay.
at and love is Left 4 Dead.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Ooh. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
That and love is Left 4 Dead.
Ghost of Tsushima was
Good at and love is Left 4 Dead.
Oh,
Yeah.
One that I'm really good at and love is Left 4 Dead.
No, I think he might be. Yeah. Well, they're asking him what your favorite game is. They have to answer. But the thesis here is depending on your answer shows whether or not you play video games. So basically, if you went up to me and said, "What's your favorite sports team?" I would go, no, you're actually right. You're right though, Shazam. I'd say I don't watch sports. You know what? I don't play video games. You know the only person that did that in here? The only person honest enough to say I don't play games? And I'm sure she played Mario. Oh, you know, there's no way in hell Winona Ryder didn't play Mario.
Hard. Winona Ryder.
I mean, because you remember Shazam. You remember Shazam that everybody at least had the controller in their hand for 7 seconds. 7 seconds is all the time I have to play the. I don't have the memory, but my grandfather probably played around a 10-second window of a game. He probably fell down a chasm and said, "This stuff is horse shit."
Has never played a video game in her life. I can't imagine.
Winona, come on! No, that's not gonna happen.
What's your favorite video game?
Okay, so they were trying to get her to say, and she wouldn't say her favorite video game. Winona Ryder is the only honest non-gamer to say, "I don't have a favorite video game." Fuck that stuff, dude. I was too busy chilling with Johnny Depp. And Johnny Depp was pre-TikTok goth aesthetic. He was the TikTok goth aesthetic before dancing to 15-second loops of music was a thing. I was too busy hanging out with that guy making ice sculptures that I didn't have time for your goddamn beep, beep, boop, boop video games.
It's a tie.
Yeah, no, Winona Ryder's the only honest and authentic person, apparently.
Between the original Super Mario Brothers or the original Zelda on Nintendo. All Nintendo.
I was gonna say you don't want to go Sega. You don't want to lose your gig.
No.
That's too important.
Maybe Street Fighter 2. Maybe.
Sandbox games like Red Dead Redemption.
Probably Grand Theft Auto. Yeah.
The Sims.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I'm just a huge Sims fan.
I really enjoyed those two Jedi.
This guy honestly has the worst answer of all of them, doesn't he? This guy honestly has the worst answer of all. Imagine this. Imagine any other category. Let's try it out, shall we? Let's try this out. A la carte bats. Yeah, I was wondering what your favorite booze was. Could you tell me what your favorite booze was? Well, you know, I'm a bat. Isn't it, there's a booze with a bat. It's a Picardy, Pachuda, Picardo, Picardcy, you know, the bat one. That's my favorite. You don't even know what Picardy is? How is it your favorite booze and you can't verbally assign the phonics? You can't phonically sound out what you like the most? Come on, man. You don't like Picardy. You can't even say the word. Just because I had a fucking bat in it. Just because this guy like he wants to be casted as a Jedi. So he's like, what's your favorite MMO? You know, Star Wars had an MMO one time. Oh yeah, it's your favorite game? Oh yeah, bro. What race did you play? Oh, I played all of them. Remember, it's like Sarah Palin saying that she read all the newspapers. You know, how do you keep up with the news? Newspapers. What newspaper do you read? All of them. What's your favorite video game? Star Wars. Which one? I don't remember the title, but they'll edit in the game with the title later. Thanks. No, that guy is the most non-gamer ever, dude. This guy can't remember the title of his favorite game. What's Alucard Bad's favorite game? It's a Final Fantasy. Which one? It would be 3. Fake fan, it's 6.
Is it Fallen Order and I can't remember the name of the other one. I played both of those.
I can't remember the name of my favorite.
Just set the internet on
Wow,
fire.
dude.
Jedi.
Really into Sea of Thieves. I can't pick a
Oh, that's a gamer.
Good at and love
Because I don't know what the fuck a Sea of Thieves are. If you say a game and no one has ever fucking heard of it, you're more of a gamer than me. Is he a gamer? Is he a not gamer? I'm not sitting on a high horse and looking down on the gamer peasantry because I'm above all these people. Sea of Thieves, that guy's a bigger gamer than me. Oh, yeah, dude.
Spider-Man 2, we were really into Sea of Thieves.
Okay, this guy's got more hours in Sea of Thieves than I do in Dead by Daylight. And Dead by Daylight's a live service game.
Favorite.
What's the most time sucked out of your?
I can't pick a favorite. That is the key. Thank you so much for saying that, Mr. Celebrity, who I don't know who you are. I can't pick a favorite is the key. If someone is okay, I love movies. I've seen a lot of movies. I think about movies. I talk in movies. Sometimes I like to reference movies while I talk about other things. Movies own like a big portion of my brain. If you go into the conservative brain and you see fear as a big chunk in their brain, right? Because they're conservative. And this is literal, by the way. I'm not making a joke. A conservative's brain, the networking in their brain for fear is larger than other people. Okay, if you go in my brain, you're probably seeing Jules eating a burger. He's eating a Big Kahuna burger. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are eating a Moobies burger. You know, and this actually works, okay? This is a metaphor for me. My brain actually interprets movies as being like food, like being a hamburger. Like Pulp Fiction, honestly, is like a really, 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 really good hamburger, okay? It's like the hamburger from the bar I used to live down the street from, where I would get hammered and go down the street and pick up the most amazing fucking hamburger. The best hamburger I've ever had was a grill from a fucking random bar. Okay, Pulp Fiction is like that hamburger, dude. It is one tasty burger. It is one tasty movie, okay? I've got that shit in my head. Now, if you say, what's your favorite movie? I don't know if I could choose one. That's a true enthusiast's... Not every true enthusiast will say I can't pick one. But anytime you have someone say I can't pick one, it is an enthusiast.
What game is
Definitely Fortnite or Minecraft.
The one that I've sunk the most time into is Returnal. Great game.
The God of War, some of the best cinematic experiences I've ever had. What a great video game. And the way
Okay, I think he's a gamer, and here's why I say that. He keeps talking about different games, and the way that at first I didn't think that he was a gamer. I thought maybe he was doing a call out to his friend Kojima. He was giving him a thumbs up by saying Metal Gear Solid because he's friends with Kojima. I don't know, man. I'm good at Left 4 Dead. First of all, I don't think he's good for Left 4 Dead. Something tells me he's too old that he can't physically have the reaction speed to play those games. You could say, are you an ageist? I am absolutely not an ageist by saying someone his age cannot keep up with the speed of that fucking game. Left 4 Dead is like a first-person shooter that is on the speed of 1.5. Okay, there's no way he's good at that game. Proof. Videotape it, Del Toro. However, that he answered that makes it feel like he plays games. And that he said God of War was a cinematic experience. See, he's going to look for games too that have a cinematic experience because he's a director. I believe he is a gamer.
Use the budget of data on the console to create atmospheric
Yeah, no, Del Toro's a gamer.
distortion and light. That is lit like a film.
Time gap.
Oh, it is lit like a film. No, he is a fucking gamer. I'll tell you why. He played long enough to notice the lighting. Now remember, we're always slaves of our own perceptions. He is a filmmaker. What he sees coming out of his ocular is lighting or no lighting, okay? So when he's playing a video game, he's experiencing the lighting. He's a gamer.
There was like a time travel.
What?
She wasn't really allowed to play video.
I wasn't allowed to play. I wasn't.
Back in the day, there was a video game.
Oh my God, this guy.
I wasn't.
Back in the day,
allowed to play video.
I wasn't allowed to play. I wasn't.
back in the
He wasn't laughing like that. Who is laughing like that,
I
dude?
wasn't allowed to play. I wasn't.
back in the day, there was a video game called.
Dude, that guy sounded like fucking Ganon, dude. Listen. She can play Zelda. Look. And don't tell me she's too old, man. Quit with this ageist shit on women. Women will never be able to get any acting roles if they pass over 24 and you don't cast them. She is Zelda. Okay?
I wasn't.
And this guy's Ganon, dude. Listen.
I wasn't.
Now listen to me, dude. Think of his laughing.
I have this.
Okay? Listen. You hear that? Literally this guy, dude. Literally him.
There was a video game called Chucky Egg that I used to play on the Acorn Electron.
Wow, these words mean nothing to me, but I'll trust you.
River Raid.
Okay.
Remember?
I don't remember.
Jesus Christ, dude. What's with this interviewer? What is with this interviewer, dude? Dude, this interviewer goes, "What's your favorite game?" Chucky Egg. Well, Chucky Egg, I'll chuck an egg at your fucking answer. You know what Chucky Egg means to me? Well, how about I chuck a rotten egg, a fucking rotting lettuce and tomato at your freaking head? Your answer means nothing to me, and I don't like it, sir. Well, Jesus Christ. Why are you asking what the guy's favorite game is if he answers you accurately and you say that doesn't mean shit to me? Well, dude, he's not saying that you played the game before. He's saying that's his favorite game. In fact, I would say, listen, it's the same interviewer that was glazing the guy that didn't even know what his favorite game was. Oh, it looks like we're revealing you could play a Jedi. Oh, look at what we've done live here. And then some other bloke goes Chucky Egg and he's like, never heard of it, sir. What the? At least he has a game that he remembers the fucking title. So you're not going to sit here and criticize fucking Memento, who's got a tattoo his favorite game on his wrist? Says, remember Star Wars Jedi Survivor? Huh? But you're going to sit here and be like, Chucky Egg doesn't mean shit. Dude. What the hell, dude? At least this guy remembers what he likes, asshole. River Raid. Man, these people are starting to go into the deep cuts.
You're old enough to remember this.
I should know it.
Or Pac-Man.
Pac-Man.
Oh, not gamers.
Pac-Man.
Not gamers.
Time there and got pretty
Not
far
gamers,
with
dude. Pac-Man is the ultimate, not a red flag. Take a real close look at it. It's the ultimate yellow flag of not a gamer because Pac-Man's one of those games. If you're old enough, you played it in the arcade. You went to the arcade with some of your friends and you kind of experimented with it. And then you kind of got this look on your face. You see that guy on the screen? You got that look on your face and you probably never played a video game ever again. That's what he did after 15 minutes of Pac-Man. It didn't resonate. And how do you know it didn't resonate? Because after the craze of Pac-Man passed, there were games that if you were truly involved in playing games afterwards, impress the shit out of you in a way that Pac-Man never could. Pac-Man is antiquated. If you say your favorite game is Pac-Man, you stop playing games after Pac-Man.
14th key. you need to talk to your dad.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty, online, shooty, kind of competitive. I did play once with a team of like other rando strangers. They were like, "You sound like that guy, James McAvoy."
No, he's not. He's not a gamer. You can say, well, what? He's talking about an anecdote when he played. Yeah, I played once with other people. That's his answer. I played once with other people, not a gamer.
And I was like, I know, man.
Dude, people that are gamers can tell you their 50 top anecdotes of playing with people.
And I get it all the time.
Shadow of the Colossus.
I mean, then this guy, Del Toro, is a gamer. You know what's interesting too? A lot of times there's a cohort. There's an age thing a lot of times with gamers. But I have noticed there are sometimes older Gen Xers, very rarely boomers, but I'm sure boomers exist for this. I don't know, is he a boomer or an Xer? I'm sure there's boomers that also fit into this criteria, but there are older Xers that did play video games, but they're actually a minority in their cohort. I think Del Toro is that one token older Xer that actually stayed hip and played games. I worked with somebody that was an older Xer, and he would talk about Fallout 4. He was like, oh, Fallout 4, let me tell you something about the game. Oh, Fallout 4, this one time I killed all these people and I took their stims. Oh, yeah, Fallout 4, my avatar, he was so high on stims all the time, dude. Oh, yeah. Oh, that guy's a gamer, bro. That guy wasn't just playing Fallout 4, he was living it. So there is a cohort for some of this, but obviously because some of these younger folks that answered generically and showed that they weren't gamers, it's not always the case. Sometimes there's a cohort, sometimes there's not. Like for instance, my age demographic, some people kept playing games, some people did not. I did, because to me, I like that engagement. I like that interaction with my medium. I don't need it, but it is fun. Like for instance, there's no other adrenaline that any other experience could give you other than Dead by Daylight. And that's a period. That's a period ended discussion kind of statement. There is no other game that has given me that adrenaline. There's no other medium that can do it. A book can't do it. A movie can't do it. A TV show can't do it. God knows going into a theater and watching, interpretive dance ain't going to do it. You know what I mean? On the big wide continuum of experiences doing media. All right, we do. Let's see how long that was. That'll probably be the thumbnail and all that stuff. Okay, good. Actually, it's funny. What is Alucard Batz's favorite game? I, very similarly to the person that says I can't choose one, I feel that way. But one of the ones that would be a contender as I'm about to play, I decided instead of like chasing trends and stuff on the channel, I decided to play something that I realized. You know what I realized? How do you know how much time you have left? I'm 44 years old. How do I know how much time I have left? What if this would be the last time I got to play the game? You get old enough and you realize you have a limited amount of time. I don't want to say the last time I played Final Fantasy VI was like maybe literally 6 or 7. Sorry, I had to do the joke. I had to do the 6 or 7 meme. Literally like 6 or 7 years ago. I don't want that to be the last time on the Super Famicom. Okay, we do. Okay, that was kind of fun. My favorite answer was Brendan Fraser's because of the excitement that he had. Now, the one that I think is the biggest gamer was the guy that talked about Sea of Thieves, But honestly, Steve Harrington was very close, dude, with the Pokemon Red and the Civilization, dude. The Civilization, man. His favorite, too. Oh, Steve Harrington, is he a little bit of a nerd? Because that is a nerdy
It might
answer.
be handy if you, the master of unlocking, take it with you.
That is actually an extremely nerdy answer. Like Civilization 6, I'm surprised he doesn't have huge Coke bottle glasses and sounds like Kermit the Frog. Oh my God, I will never, I don't care if you put me on gunpoint. Okay, I don't care if you put that barrel right in the middle of my forehead, right in between the eyes, and said you're gonna tell me who the person's name was. I'm not gonna say the name. But there was a content creator that I saw, there was a YouTuber that I saw doing a video game stuff. My God, his voice was exactly like Kermit the Frog, dude. Like, exactly. You know, with the answer, Civilization, I'm really surprised the Steve Harrington actor doesn't have a similar voice. I mean, one doesn't simply answer Civilization as their favorite game and not sound like Kermit the Frog, like that one forever unnamed gamer on YouTube. Dude, I'm going to be honest, I couldn't actually watch the dude's video because it's so Kermit the Frog that the part of my brain wanted to make jokes about Kermit the Frog, and the guilt would creep up in my brain because I was thinking cruel mimicries of the Kermit the Frog voice. So I couldn't watch it. But think about it. Think about it. So I don't support the guy's channel because I feel guilty because I hate the guy's voice. That's still toxic. I'm still being toxic. I like how that they turn it into fucking Rammstein guitar lick. Let me hear that again. Like, especially the beginning. Okay, when I get into the next random battle, check this out. Oh my God, Tara. Dippy McWhiffstick. Whiffy McDipstick over here, dude. Quit whiffing. You're like the Wraith from the DBD round. You're so bad, you're making me think about playing DBD. Now knock it off. I actually really like how they switch the graphics here. That right there. They made that riff sound like Rammstein, did they not? I'm waiting for him to be like, Osh, fire, Osh. You know what I mean? Like, that guitar lick was so Rammstein. By the way, I believe. Tell me if I'm wrong here. I know that there's some really hardcore Steve Harrington style nerds. There's some really hardcore nerds that their favorite game is Sea of Thieves. You could tell me if I'm wrong here, but if I leave this, doesn't it become better treasure later? Well, you know what I think? You know what I think about delayed gratification? That's what I think about it. Okay? Were-rat. Very creative. Never in all of media have you ever seen a were-rat. You've heard of a werewolf. Well, right off the bat, and this is actually one of the reasons that I actually really appreciate the series. The unendingly interesting enemies. It's unending. And I know that there are interesting enemies in something like World of Warcraft, but I'm going to be honest with you, man. If I play a game for 3 fucking hours, dude, I'm talking about 3 hours of my life. If I'm playing a game for 3 hours of my life, I don't want to just see an uninteresting, uncreative kobold. I don't want to just see kobold number 1, kobold number 2, kobold number 3 looking the same, kobold number 4. I killed him, took his paw. That had a 5% drop. I need to get 80 of them in order to go through this game. Honestly, it's uninteresting. I hate games that have uninteresting NPCs. Were-rat? I go, yeah, I guess you got a werewolf. You might as well have a were-rat. Like, I'm already more interested about the enemies in this game than an average game. One of the things that Castlevania did so wrong, one of the ways that they fucked up so bad, is the random ass enemies, just your everyday freaking enemies, used to be so exploratory, so interesting, so varied, so creative, that you could play through the castle and see all new cool enemies. Speaking of cool enemies, a lot of people argue this is the ultimate. I'm going to have to put a bookmarker in it about Castlevania and their enemies for a second. You're going to have to excuse me. Let's put the book away there for a minute. Okay, speaking of enemies, Kefka, for a lot of people, is the greatest video game villain of all time. I don't know if I could say that. I don't know if I could or couldn't say that. I'm not sure. Because that is a bold statement, man. Number 1 is a big fucking number. It's the biggest of them all, and there's a lot of really great video game villains, but he is so good. My sweet little magic user, clown laughter with the slave crown. You'll all be mine. Okay, so he's brainwashing her. He's like Wesker putting that weird chess piece over her bosom in order to make her brainwashed. By the way, look at the difference here. Final Fantasy VI, keeping it classy. The slave crown is over her head. Look at Capcom being the ever-present gooners that they are. They got to put it over Jill cleavage. They put the slave crown over her taboos, dude. Yeah, nice job, Capcom. See, Capcom knows that sex sells. Burn them crisp. Okay, this is what we know about him immediately, dude. Burn is the key word. This guy wants to see the world burn. Remember what Alfred said about the Joker in The Dark Knight. Some people want to just see the world burn. So the first intro we have to Kefka, the first hello, nice to meet you, what's your name? The first introduction we have with Kefka is this guy just wants to see people burn. By the way, that's who he is. That's the identity of this character. He could be distilled down to, I like to see people suffer. If Kefka was gonna vote in the US election, I know it and you know it, and I'm not gonna denote it. We know how he would vote. You can say, what are you saying here? Are you saying blah, 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 blah? Well, you said it. I didn't say it. I didn't say how he'd vote. You know how he'd vote. And you know by me saying that, you know that I know that you know how he'd vote. And you know that it's reflective of something insanely negative about people that would vote that way. And I don't even have to denote how he'd vote. You know who wants to see the world burning? Come on. Tell me who wants to see the world burn. I won't even say it. So Kefka represents that. He represents the thing in certain people's psychology where they get their rocks off when other people are suffering. Now, in a wartime scenario, which we could see here in the game and in the narrative, those kind of people become even more dangerous. Why do they become more dangerous? Because in the words of Marlon Brando, they made a friend of horror. The lost power of magic has returned to us. We have been chosen. I was the chosen one, sent to give the message. But Kefka lost his pen. He shit the bed again. The time has come for us to claim our rightful dominion over the world. Nothing. Our right for dominion over the world. Isn't that really interesting when you hear world leaders acting like that? Hurrah! Long live Emperor Gaston. Yes, it is really obvious. Look at the soldiers on the bottom with their hands going up and down. What is it about authoritarian maniacs that love to beat their chest and raise their hand? I don't know, man. You tell me. Took you long enough, busy with all the robbing and plundering. Oh, here he is. We haven't even named him yet. It's the GOAT. If you're a Final Fantasy friend, a friend of the Final Fantasy, there's your triple alliteration, friend of the Final Fantasy. You know who Locke is. Locke is goated. Locke is one of the... What's going on here? Oh my God, there's such a delay on the internet here. My God, it's like the delay from Scream, where the Burger King cameraman got his throat cut. I mean, there's like an 8-hour delay here. Took you long enough, busy with all the robbing and plundering, I presume. So if you know this game, you know who Locke is. If you don't know this game, this is Locke. Honestly, better character than Cloud. You could say, how could you say that? Cloud is so popular. Cloud is iconic, but Cloud is iconic. One of the reasons he's so iconic is that game exploded beyond reason. Final Fantasy VII exploded beyond reason. It got too big for its britches. Before Final Fantasy VII, there was Final Fantasy VI. This is a better character, in my opinion. This character is what a Final Fantasy hero is all about. And it does have the irony that one of the biggest heroes you could think of is a thief. Okay, he says robbing and plundering. Look at his shocked look on his face. One of the things that they did beautifully, at the time is, remember, you got 16-bit. There's only so much that you could do to convey emotion. There's only so much you could do to convey story. At the time where there was 16-bit, they were just absolute geniuses at being able to convey emotion in a comical way, in ways that they would play with the heartstrings. Square Enix, at the time that they made this, they figured out the limitations that they had with the hardware that they had and the software that they had. They were able to express emotions that you could feel in a way that no one else was doing at the time. Semantic nonsense. There's a huge difference. See, he doesn't want to be called a thief. He wants to be called a treasure hunter. I'm not a Subway employee. I am a culinary artist. Anyways, there's something you need me to do. There is indeed. I met the girl. Girl, you don't mean. The city guard is pursuing her as we speak. The city has the strength to stand up to the Empire, but it won't use it. The people are just too stubbornly independent to join an underground resistance group, like the Returners. I tried to explain that the Empire was controlling the girl, but they wouldn't even listen. Alright, so you want me to get her out of Narsh? That would be the idea. Make your way to Figaro for the time being. Figaro, tomato, Mario, Mario. It's your favorite game, Mario. Yeah, right. LARPer, dude. I don't know who that fucking lady is, dude, but anti-woke, conservative to pseudo-conservative, white males hate her guts. I think some of this stuff goes down to how people look. I think she looks like a lesbian, has short hair and glasses. She looks like the kind of person that makes these guys, these anti-woke people, their panties start climbing up their butt crack when they see women like this. Wonderful, there's a whole bunch of them. Kupo, oh! Okay, so this is huge in the series. These are Moogles. Now, you never get a Moogle in your party after Final Fantasy VI. Okay, let me explain this. Let me see if my 44-year-old person's memory can explain this appropriately and discursively enough for people to follow. So I think if you've played Final Fantasy for any period of time, you've probably seen these. Okay, these are called Moogles. I do not believe that this is the first time that we've seen Moogles in Final Fantasy. However, because I know there was one in Final Fantasy V. I think you get like a special item from it or something. I think it's towards the end of the game. I vaguely remember in Final Fantasy V that there was a Moogle. Okay, so this isn't the first time. Now, and it's not, this game also isn't the last time, because you do see Moogles, like say you could be in a shop or something and a Moogle is going to sell you a Phoenix Down or something. Or it's like, this isn't literal, but it'll be like on the side of a truck for like an advertisement. Yeah, thank you so much, Shazam. That is a good contribution to the discussion, because frequently, now be specific, how did they show Moogles? Because frequently Moogles would be on the peripheral of a game. After this game, they would be on the peripheral. They would be almost like a not an Easter egg, because they're not hidden. They would be like self-referential, I guess you would say, or they would be fan service. I feel like Moogles, yeah, shopkeepers, exactly. That's what I was thinking. A Moogle will sell you a Phoenix Down. They became regulated to almost being like drapery. They became decor. Now, this is the only game. This is not where they first appeared. This is not later when they became basically decor. They became like a house plant later. They just appeared in the corner of the living room. They weren't really interacted with as much. They were just decor in the game. This is the game that Moogles actually matter. Moogles actually matter in some ways narratively in this, because as you can see at the beginning of the game, they matter narratively when you are, what's this? When you're playing the game and you have to save. How did that even come up? Okay. They can be seen as being narrative. So this is the biggest this is the biggest Moogle game. In this game, Moogle lives matter. Every other game, they're either like barely in it, like pre-Final Fantasy VI. Like I say, I vaguely remember a Moogle in Final Fantasy V. And they're basically, like I said, I think that's the best metaphor for it. They basically get regulated as decor. And I don't know. It's kind of, dude, instead of MAGA, it's like, what would it be? MAGA, make Moogles great again. I don't know why Final Fantasy has turned back on so many of the things that people love about it. The recent Final Fantasy felt like Tamu, Game of Thrones. Not only did it have no Moogles, it had nothing that felt Final Fantasy to me. I'm sorry, dude. I'm not seeing the Final Fantasy anymore. We don't need an explanation. Okay, I can actually die here. I've died here before. I'm trying to rack my brain. You know what? There's something we could do. We can unequip stuff. Who do we unequip from? Let me see if I can remember. We can unequip. We can unequip and get equipment here. Is it from Mog? Mog is the main Moogle of this game. Let me see. Yeah. You see this? We now have better... Okay, we now have better inventory. You can steal Mog's equipment. You can steal Mog's equipment and then have it later. Okay, let me make sure I don't die. Because I do have a vague memory that it's probably... I have a higher win rate than a death rate through the 30 years that I've played this game on this segment. But every once in a while I get blindsided by this. And I die and I go, my eyes get big like the old meme, I've seen some shit. And I go, I'm dead? How did that happen? So you can die here. Okay, we blaze through these guys. I really do like the music. I was so worried. I've said this once, I'll say it again while I'm playing this game. I was so worried that what they redid with the music was not going to jive for me. Cosmog, Mogwin, Mogsy. If this is the last time we play the game because we're 44, and when you get older you realize Twilight's coming for us all, we might as well really, really smell the roses and look at these names. Cosmog, like Cosmos? Is that meant to, am I reading too much into this, or is that meant to be like... Is that meant to be like, signify something? I don't know if I want to waste this shit. I don't want to die. I don't know if this is the most optimum way. So what we're gonna do, I'm pretty sure you could steal something from this boss. I don't remember it, like, clearly. But I swear to God, like, after you've played a game on and off for 30 years, you have these vague muscle memory recollections. I have a vague muscle memory recollection that you can steal something. Maybe a weapon? Okay, we kill both of these. All right, Mog has got some HP, huh? I wonder if it's... Oh yeah, we took his weapon off. Good. Good, because that's a good way. That's a good way to gank yourself. By the way, remember, Locke, we're not thieves, we're treasure hunters. We just treasure hunted Mog's weapons and equipment out of his hands. We didn't steal it, right, Locke? I think they were... Okay, remember that they referenced Biggs and... Don't you go fucking dying on me here, dude. Don't you go dying on me! Son of a bitch. Okay, Silver Lobo. Moghan, Malulu, Mogul. It's all M's instead of... Except for that guy with the C. Let me see that real quick. Is it C? Okay, all M's? What are you doing? It's all M's. Except for the C guy. What's up with that? Now, can we equip? Shit. Wait, they have a... I think they actually have what's your best hand mechanic here. Don't go fucking dying on me, dude. Don't you do it. Wait. I know I've probably checked that before, and I expect a different result every time I do it. See, I would have remembered, right? I would have remembered if you could actually go in there. Okay. All right. It can't be that hard, right? I do remember dying to this guy, though. I do remember dying to this guy. It has happened. Couldn't steal. I know that guy has an item. I can't remember what it is. It's really weird how memory works. I just have a vague recollection that you can steal from the boss. Okay, we got a mithril knife. Very nice. I knew it was something. I thought it was a weapon. I haven't played this game in 6 years. Okay, we want to do... We'll just attack. Does this guy have some... Okay, he's dead. We want to use a Phoenix down. Oh shit, I already used it. Oh, dude. Oh no. Don't be charging me, man. Oh my god, it's DBD. It's already a 1K. Can we escape? Oh my god, the gens aren't even getting done, dude. We keep pallet stunning him. We're not doing our objectives. Speaking of DBD, people have debated. Oh, dude, no, no. Oh, God. Dude, my balls almost crawled up my butt. I'm not kidding. I'm not trying to be crass or weird. Dude, I actually got a physiological reaction when I committed to attacking with 3 people and I didn't heal. I'm like, if they don't kill him, I could be dead here. If he does an AoE, I could be dead. I had a physiological reaction in my nether regions. Okay, we did it. I was a little nervous. I've actually remembered dying there before. Thanks, Moogles. We're in your debt. Speaking of debt, let me tell you about America's debt and how it's finally surpassed the GDP. Okay, he comes running down here. Look at him, dude. Shit, he's running like Mr. Pink from the cops. Damn, son. You're booking it. Gotta go fast. Sonic the Hedgehog over here. This switch. Okay. He opens a secret passage. Okay. Oh, it's an early Final Fantasy character that has amnesia. She lost her memory. She's like Sammy Jenkins. And on her wrist, it says, remember the Magicite. You lost your memory? The man said it would come back eventually. As it does, much later. Like literally after the world is destroyed. I'm not going to end up abandoning someone just because they lost their memory. By the way, they're establishing character here. He has a guilt complex where he feels like he let somebody down. They'll get into that later. It's actually, this game is so good too, because there is non-mandatory cutscenes that flesh out his backstory, why he feels like he doesn't want to abandon somebody. Okay, we do. I really like what they did with the music. Okay, we save. We're taking this one nibble at a time. We've done it 3 streams. We're going to do it till the end. It may take it till 2030, but hey, at least Donald Trump shouldn't be president by the time that we finish this game, huh? We'll have 2 things to look forward to. Dude, I just love to put obligatory political commentary in the middle of playing Final Fantasy VI. It makes me laugh. Okay, we'll do this. We saved. How much time do I have left? Okay. I've got about 40 minutes. 40 minutes is all the time I have. Let's see if we could get let's see if we can get some maintenance alert. Don't be giving me no more maintenance shit. You already maintenanced me the other day, you son of a bitch. I don't want to see any more of it, man. I want to get one more step. One step. One step for Tavern Pass. One giant leap for Alucard Bats. Okay? I want to get one step down the Tavern Pass to the big pile of gold that are these cheap assholes at Blizzard. The end of the Tavern Pass is probably 500 gold. You can say, well, that's a lot. No, it's not, dude. Not for all this shit. Destroy 25 minions. Watch a friend. No. Play. Okay. Can we destroy 25 minions today? What else do we have here? Hello? This is the most confusing bullshit, okay? Win 5 games of Tavern Brawl. We could win a Tavern Brawl, Arena, or Battlegrounds. Watch a friend play 50 Battlecry cards. Do we want to just do... We could win with this. I want to do a different deck, though. That... Okay, we do... Okay, what do we want to do here? We'll do... you know what? I don't want to play. I don't want to play Tavern Pass. See, this is the one thing. I'm going to be honest. The one thing that drives me crazy about this game. Okay, my collection. Let me see. The one thing that drives me crazy about this game is the mini quests and shit. Oh my god! With Warcraft, it's always a... Remember the kobold? The kobold paws meme? It's always that with these guys, dude. Oh, see, because I want to play Leyline Mage. I don't want to get a win in Tavern Brawl. I don't care. Okay, we take Rooney out. We take... Which was it? I had something convoluting the build. These. Manifested was convoluting the build. Okay, these are... That's good. Let's do... Okay, how many cards do we have left? 3? Okay, we do... I know what we do. We do Hourglass Attendant. Wait, he's like a 4 cost or something, isn't he? He's like a 4 cost. We do Hourglass Attendant. You know, honestly, do we? No. I'll figure that out in a build at some point. Okay, we do Hourglass Attendant. Where the hell are you, buddy? Do bist du, they would say in German. How's my pronunciation? Fuck off. Okay, here we go. Okay, there we go. What? What? Stop! My God! Teamwork makes the dream. They reminded me of something, though, huh? They reminded me of something. Maybe it's for the best. Maybe it's for the best. No, we definitely have... Dude, fucking knock it off. Who did they replace? Dude, I'm fat thumbing all my picks here. Bro, stop. Who did I get? Who did I take off? Oh my God, who did I take off? Oh my God, this is ridiculous, dude. I'm fat thumbing all of this. Okay. Do this very carefully. Dude, who did I take off? Was it better not have been Nosdarmu. It wasn't. Dude, the fuck. Okay, where is... I think it's cheap. There it is. Oh my god, dude! You have to do this like you're playing that board game Surgery, man. Okay. We have him. We have him. I suppose if I don't see... Where's the... Wait. Wait a second. Where's the Silverhand guy? Ah, I think I identified who we're missing here. So, we're going to do that. And then we'll get the Silverhand guy back. The Silverhand buff lord. Okay, there we go. Okay. See, dude, one of the things, I want to do this. This is what I want to do. I don't want to sit there and play Tavern Brawl. I'm not really interested in that. Why is it that I feel like they hold you hostage to play modes that you don't necessarily want to play? Okay. I hate that it like pressures you to play modes you don't want to play to get the experience, and you have to get experience to play through your Tavern Pass, and there's an expiration date. I don't like that. I think that they should be rewarding. I think that they should be rewarding to the amount you play, not what you play. Because I don't want to do Tavern Pass, man. I don't want to play the wild rules of choosing cards. I want to play in standard, dude. What the fuck, dude? What is... This guy had more coffee than I did. This guy is like, took the coffee grounds, took a straw, and snorted that shit up, dude. I don't even think that was coffee. Okay, we do... we actually mulligan all of this. We mulligan every fucker in the room. If you absolutely and positively have to mulligan every card in the room, except no substitutes. That looks better. Now, 4 and 5's a little steep, but at least we got first turn. Are our cards too expensive? Our cards might be a little too expensive. Well, on the bright side... oh, hey. Actually, dude, that's actually kind of rough to get through. My God, that's actually not bad. No, they haven't done anything yet. Okay. Now, see, we can actually... You want to know something? We could give Nosdarmu insurance. You know what insurance that would be? We wait till turn 8, play Nosdarmu, and then play this guy. I think we could do it that way. This minion's cost is reduced by the cost of the last card you played. So, I don't know why no one's using Gron. I don't know why. I just encountered this card on the Tavern Pass, and I think he looks great. We'll see. Now, honestly, I wish I had more time today because Leyline Mage, what if you play this guy right after the Arcanomicon? Maybe I'll do that after this. What if you play this guy after the Arcanomicon? Like, The problem with the Arcanomicon is you play it and now you have your pants down ready to get completely screwed. But what if you could play this with the Arcanomicon? Stream has ended. What's going on? Said stream has ended. Let's see what we're doing here. Play this. What's going on here? Why is it saying stream has ended? Did it boot? It says I'm streaming. Oh, okay, I'm back on the phone. I think it was perhaps a phone thing. Although it's I don't know. I'm not gonna do commentary about how the phone isn't working. I feel like it's okay on OBS. Let me see. Oh, okay. Thank you, Shazam. That's very helpful because since it wasn't working on the phone, I didn't have any way to know for a fact that it was working. Okay, deal 3 damage to a minion. That's called free because that's 0. Okay, and then we do this. We're aggroing the shit out of this guy. He is... See, here's the thing. If I wait... No, we don't wait. Why would we wait? We do this. We do this, and he's so freaking screwed at this point. Look at how absolutely screwed this rogue is. Unless I have some really crazy stuff to answer later. Because we are getting to like turn 6. Give a character Divine Shield, give minions in your hand too. That's great. We can actually get this guy to a 10-10. Actually, we play this guy now. We play this guy now and get him to a 10-10. Yeah. Oh, wait. No, if we do the 0, he's back to 8. That's okay. We're not going to worry about that. We're not going to worry about getting him to a 10-10. We're going to get him out, theoretically, before they could kill the Nosdarmu, but this guy sucks. I think this is over. This guy's pretty bad. Rogues can actually feel sometimes impossible. This is not one of them. This guy's done nothing. I mean, he's hitting himself. He's at 17 health and he's hitting himself. And by the way, he didn't go after Nosdarmu. That shows me he doesn't know how to play. Okay, we do this. We give Divine Shield. Okay. We got a 3-5 and a 4-6 now. We have 2 left. They're almost dead. Since they have Divine Shield, they're going to be getting a buff. We end turn. Okay, there it is. He's dead. And honestly, what this guy has shown me, there's no way that he's beating this. Because this guy specifically seems really bad. This guy specifically seems really bad to me. Oh my god, look at that. Oh, hey, he'll break the shields. That's something. Okay. Yeah, dude, technology. You know, is this where I put every stream I have to rant about how these tech companies are trillion-dollar market caps. Now, I don't think people... Yeah, he didn't even want to pop the shields, dude. He said, fuck this, I'm out. He said, fuck this, I'm out of here, dude. I'm not even going to use my scale breaker to pop your shields. Destroy 25 minions. Okay, it's not great content. It's not great streaming to just rant about one thing you don't like, but I have to say it one more time. I really hate how they kind of force you to do specific activities to get experience, to go down the tavern pass, to go down the battle pass. Dude, I just want to play this. But then while I'm playing this, I'm like, I'm not getting 100 gold. I'm not getting down the pathway to get to the end result on this expansion. I don't want to worry about that. I want to worry about having fun. Dude, did we take all of this out? I think we have to. Otherwise, we're going to have a bad beginning. Is there anybody... No, I'm going to mulligan every fucker in the room, dude. We need something. We need some low cost. Let's see what we get. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's good. We got two costs. We can handle that. Which one do we want to do first? So check this out. This has 2, so we want to use that once. We're going to go ahead and do it now. That way, I'm going to prepare. Okay, you see that that's down to 1 now? Now when I do Scale Breaker, I'll get 2 uses of his end of turn. Okay, I'll get 2 uses of his end of turn. So that's the strat there. Is we now have Urson Maul. We have it down to 1 more use. Its death rattle when the item breaks. Its death rattle will be to make the Scale Breaker work 1 more time. So that'll be very good for this. But we have a few turns. We are planning like super way ahead, but that's okay because it's better to plan ahead than go, what do I do now? Okay, we do this. We'll do them. We save this. We don't want to attack now. We save it for Scale Breaker, or, you know, we could get 2 spells. We could get 2 spells out of Spearheart. I don't know, though. The Scale Breaker one is so much stronger to me. Scale Breaker is so much stronger. Do we just wait the 2 turns? Probably. Okay. This is a good start. You like to see stuff like this. We had the Brash Battlemaster give these Silverhand recruits a buff. They're at 2 attack. They have shields. Convalescence is a very, very good 2 cost. I can't tell you how they decide on rarities. It almost seems arbitrary. It almost seems arbitrary how they decide on rarities because Convalescence for a 2 cost, 2 Silverhand recruits that are both shielded. Well, think about it. Silverhand recruit is 2. So the same cost, you get 2 with divine shields. It's kind of crazy. Look at this. Take a look at this. We have Sand Fury. We're not worried anymore. We do this. We get an extra spell. What do we get? Give a minion 2/1, draw a card. Give a minion 2/1, draw a card. Who do we put that on? Do we save that? Do we save it for Grand Giant? I wonder if we save that for Grand Giant. Or if we be... Save or not save? I'm going to save it. Well, it's 0 cost too. Let's save it for someone stronger. Your opponent's spells cost 1 more this turn. Okay. I mean, does it... I mean, against the mage, that's decent. I guess we just play it whenever. I think I'll just play that whenever. Okay. Okay. Whenever is a good time for that. We do actually. We'll do this. We'll do this. He has Taunt and Divine Shield. I'm going to give him that buff. I'm not going to save it. And then we do this. Now, here's the thing. We have Sand Fury now. We have Sand Fury. Thank you. So, oh shit. Damn. Do we want to trade that? No, I don't. I want the spell. Who knows? We could get spells to deal with this. Give a minion 2 health. Yeah, I'm glad I did that. But, oh yeah, we have Sand Fury. Why the hell would we trade for a shield? I can't even believe I was thinking about that. We have Sand Fury. We want to farm our Spearheart. We want to farm him for spells. So, oh, I got to keep track of time too, huh? What time is it? Okay. All right. I want to make sure I don't have a longer round. It's 9:21. I have to debate. Man, I'm telling you, I really think it's bad for content, bad for streaming, bad for content creation to bitch too much about a game. Please, Blizzard, just let me play the game I want to and give me experience while I play, man. I don't want to feel like I need to do Tavern Brawl today, dude. Like, don't make the game a chore. Don't make the game a chore. I want to play. I want to rank up with Paladin. I got limited time to play, buddy. I can't play as much as I would like. Okay, we do this. Okay, he's going to get screwed at this point. Who do we deal? We deal it to him. And we generate more spells. Let's give it to him. Oh my god, he's so fucked. It's because watch this. Boom. And by the way, we're generating... Oh, we got like a free convalescence, basically. Yeah, you see that? You see what we did there? We used Sand Fury. We're generating a bunch of spells. We use Sand Fury. We use the Scale Breaker twice. And we cleared his board. 1 turn left. Oh, we still have a turn left. Holy shit, dude. He's going to get 2 Scale Breakers. He's going to get 4 damage in his face. Okay, 6/6 ain't... I mean, here's the thing, though. I think he's going to die here. Okay? We do... Deal 2 damage to all enemy minions, restore 2... Okay? And then he's... Wait. Okay. We got 1 more of those. He's got taunt. I don't want to trade. I don't want to trade and I don't want to give him life. So here's... Oh, I forgot that we had this as well. Oh, you know what we're really close to? Okay, he's down to 3. Next turn, we're going to do this. Why does no one play with Gron? That's what the title of OBS should be. Why is no one playing with Gron? We do this. Oh, shit, dude. No, I should have saved it for Gron. I just destroyed my own plan. That's okay. We're being nice and aggressive instead. That's okay. Okay, boom, boom. He's down at 12. You don't see that very often, but we managed to do 4 Scale Breaker attacks at the end of 1 turn. He has to have something. Now it's 8 HP. He has to have something more than 8. Oh, okay, he's doing board clears. Very good. That's a good spell, by the way. Okay. That was really good. Okay, we do... What spell are they going to use? You know what? They'll probably do this. Yeah, it's teamwork. Okay. Let's see what happens here. Okay. Now that the spell that we use with Ursal is that we gotta play all those, I still want to get this one out. We do an Hourglass Attendant and then do him. The Hourglass Attendant is gonna buff all of our Silverhand recruits in hand. So that's gonna be really good for us. I'm gonna do that. What is it? 9:30. Okay, after this round, I'm done. Unfortunately, I think we beat this guy. I think we got all wins today. Now, granted, I understand it's not a huge sample size, but it's nice to get all wins, even if it's a lower sample size. That's because this Silver Hand hybrid with next turn Pally turns out to be really good. I think I've gotten accumulated for this stream and last stream. I think the win rate that I've gotten is really high. Oh, look at that. Take a look at this. Oh, yeah, there it is. And boom. No, the Silver Hand Pally, mixed with next turn Pally turns out to be really good. You know, sometimes you can make these hybrid builds, and this hybrid build is really good. Okay. Well, thank you for coming into the stream. If you're still there, Shazam, I'm about to end the stream. See you soon. Oh my God, it didn't change my Final Fantasy thing, bro. OBS! Oh my Lord.